oh, you better worry about what white people are thinking about you, you know? And I'm like, really? I mean, the white people that know me know I'm cool, but right now there's a focus of you know, if I'm looking at, say I've got some people here that are sick. Say they have E. coli or something, and I'm a doctor, okay? And so I got 5 people here that have E. coli, and I'm saying, look, man, you got to stay away from these folks, you got to do this, you got to do that, because E. coli, I can't, well, what about all these people that don't have E. coli? Are they going to think you don't like them? They're okay. Right now we got to fix these guys right here, okay? You got Jewish people coming out of the Holocaust, you know, back during the war. So, you know, they got a lot of psychological issues going on, and So what do? You got to deal with these folks as far as, you know, trying to help them become better so they can begin to get back into society. So what do you do? All the people that weren't in the Holocaust, or maybe all the people that are not Jewish, well, what about all of them? No, well, these are the people that need help right now. You know, same with Japanese that were interned during World War II. You know, when they came out of that, I'm sure they had a lot of psychological issues going on, okay? So now we got to help them be well. We got to help them, you know, assimilate back into regular society once they're let out of those internment camps. And so so you establish programs, you establish schools, you try to establish social programs to help these Japanese, you know, get themselves back together. Well, what about all these other people? Are you going to alienate them? No, right now these are the people that need help. So when we're talking about black people today that have been suffering in this nation for hundreds of years, and I'm trying to make a program to help black people regain their pride, realize they don't need a handout, realize that with a little money here, a little money there, if we're unified with 2,000, 3,000 folks, we got $50,000 with all of our money, $20 combined, that we can do this in the community. We can do that in the community. And not only that, will now be a membership of a voting block that 10,000 of us can walk up to the mayor and say, Mayor, this is what we want you to do. And they'll do it. And so no, it's not about ostracizing or about it against white folks or against these folks. It's that these folks are who need it right now. These are all still my friends. And if they're really my friends, they'll know what I'm doing. And if they're really my friends, they'll become members too. So they can help me to help them. Because I guarantee you, you help this part of our society. You know, a house divided against itself cannot stand. So as you begin to help this part of our house, this part of our society, and they become healthy, society as a whole becomes healthy. So if these white folks are really my friends, and I know they are, they'll understand, and not only will they understand, they'll become members as well. So, so initially when I created this thing like 5 weeks ago, I had the website saying, you know, looking for black membership, and you know, okay, I got you. But I got, you know, as you know, any of you guys that know me, when I start doing something, man, I get into it. And then I have a heart for people that are suffering. And it's like, if you're not suffering, then I'm not focused on you right now, and I just jump right in. But I do realize that black folks aren't the only ones suffering, okay? Now, black folks are the only ones that can't, no matter what kind of situation or economic situation you're in, you can go put on a suit and tie and clean up and go somewhere, and you ain't gonna be, you know, you can't clean up your blackness, okay? So there is still a difference, but I do understand that everybody suffers in their own kind of way. And what I would, but I want everybody to feel that way. I mean, if I'm required to feel that way, shouldn't everybody feel that way? It just seems to me, now sometimes I do get folks that when I'm trying to, like I was talking to the guy on the internet, he was talking about that shooting, I guess, of that boy in Chicago where the video was just released. And I was explaining to them that I got a CCW, you know, the concealed carry. And I said, I was being kind of tongue-in-cheek, I said, cause some of these crazy white folks. Now, I intentionally said some of these crazy, not all white folks. I was talking about the crazy. Look, white folks even know which white folks are crazy. Come on, for real? Right? Come on, we all know. Just like black folks, we know which black folks are crazy. I mean, I know some. I'm the mailman in West Dayton. They're mostly cool black folks, but I know which ones are crazy. Some of them were them pit bulls too, so I'm still cool. But all I'm saying is, look, we got to stop. You know, we talk about political correctness. I mean, sometimes it's just being kind and being nice. You know, there ain't nothing wrong with that. But sometimes we just need to be real. There's some crazy black folks, and there's some crazy white folks. And I got my CCW because of them crazy white folks that have guns, okay? And the white folks that I know, some of them got their CCWs because of them crazy white folks, okay? But I also know that when I'm in certain neighborhoods in our community, I'll be looking for them crazy black folks, out for them too. So don't get me wrong. But when I see these guys like walking around, pissed off at black folks, like those white guys that went down to those protesters, I think it was in Minneapolis or so, and they shot some of the protesters. There are some crazy white folks, and those are the ones I'm mostly concerned with, because crazy black folks aren't going to seek me out because I'm black. Now, they might seek me out because I'm in their neighborhood at night or something, and if I'm not a mailman, I'm probably not going to be in some of them neighborhoods, okay? That's all I'm saying. But you never know. And so you just have to me, I just got to be ready. I put that on there. I said, I put that on them brothers, that were tripping. I said, yeah, I got my CCW. And I was trying to express to them that I believe in the right to bear arms. That I believe that we should be armed legally. And I said something about some of those crazy white folks. And this lady that I used to go to church with years ago, this white lady, is my Facebook friend. She said, well, so there's a lot of there's many crazy black folks that the news just doesn't report on. Like, maybe, I don't know. But I told her, I said, but those black folks aren't killing white folks. And that is simply the reality. What I think, and what I'm trying to do with this organization that I've created, is just try to get black people to begin to get a pride about themselves. Quit being the victims. Man, I remember years ago, man, I think I was like in my 20s. I had like a traffic ticket or something, and I'd never paid it. And then I moved and didn't put in a change of address, and I didn't even realize I didn't even have a driver's license, because they had taken it. As I was stopped at a stop light or something, stop sign, a cop pulled me over, and that's in the 70s or 80s, probably the 80s. And they took me down to the jail. And I was in there for like 5 hours or something like that. Because I don't know what they do paperwork-wise or what the procedure is, but I was in there for lunch. And I think they had a sandwich, just a date, and I had a sandwich, and I had an apple or something like that. But I noticed there was a boy in there. He was a young man. He was probably about 22, 23. He was probably like my age or something like that. But he was just crying and crying and crying. And I was in there, since I'm in there, back then I played spades. I was playing spades with some of the guys in there, just killing the time. This guy was just sitting over by himself, just crying. You know what happened to him? Some of the guys went there and took his sandwich. And took his apple. Because he was crying. What I'm suggesting is because he showed himself to be weak. He showed himself to be a victim. And he was just victimized more. And so I'm suggesting as black folks, man, we need to get a pride about ourselves. We need to quit begging the perpetrators of our ills to please stop hurting us because Black Lives Matter. Come on, man. Just get educated, get armed legally, and stand your own ground. I mean, if your black life matters, then protect it, for real. But I'm not, what irritates me so much, even on the internet, when the griot, when they simply put those who are not, it's not owned by black folks, by the way, so just recognize who's pulling your chains when you're responding to their posts. But when they make some of those posts about black folks that are being, mistreated or negativity goes down, I'm looking at all these blacks. See, they shouldn't have done that. See, they always do that. See, that's wrong. And all these. So what are you doing about it? I don't want to hear anybody's complaints about something if you're not trying to come up with a plan to get it right, to fix it. Okay? And I'm just saying there is a way to fix it. We need to mobilize. We need to come together. And what we need to be able to, this thing that I'm putting together, this membership, is showing black folks that just unity, it doesn't take anything large, but unity will create an organization. You will organize yourself and recognize there is power.